Yo! What is up, guys? Nick.nakai here, Let's Drift Media. Thank you guys for coming back to the channel. If it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button down below. Somewhere here. I think they moved it recently. But anyways, today's episode is going to be packed full of some knowledge and some insight, and maybe just a reminder to you guys that toolboxes have wheels for a reason. So today's episode is going to be my top 3 reasons why I think you should leave your job and at least search for another shop or dealership, or even just browse around and see what else is out there. Because at the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you and yourself, your family as a technician. So anyways, let's get started. But before we get started with today's episode, do me a favor, join the Discord, guys. If you guys are PC guys, even on mobile, if you guys are Discord users, I'd really appreciate it if you joined our server. We have over 100 members right now in there, and it's pretty active. People talk a lot about tools, work-related content, stuff like that in there, and it's kind of popping off, so I really appreciate it if you joined it. So the first reason I feel that you should seek employment at another shop is a better opportunity presents itself to you. Every time I relocated and went to a different dealership or started a new job, it was always because the opportunity kind of just came about and it just looked like a better gig to me. So I can remember when I first started at my first Toyota dealership, I was, in my head, I was like, oh, this place is great. Like, I'm gonna work here for the rest of my life. Like, I'm gonna retire here. And then a couple years in, I kind of started not liking it as much, and then kind of exploring my options on what other job possibilities I could do. So that's why I went to Chevy, because in my head at that time it seemed like a better opportunity. It was more pay, and ended up not liking it, and went back to that same Toyota, as you guys know if you follow the channel. And then working at that Toyota, I was planning on staying there for a good long time until one of my buddies gave me pretty much an offer at BMW saying like, hey, you might want to check out BMW. And at that time too, in my head, I was like, you know what, like BMW, like I feel like they make more money there because their cars are more expensive. And that wasn't all true. I mean, I didn't stick it out for that long. I only stayed there for a year. So there was plenty of opportunity to make money there, but I wasn't happy as I was working at Toyota. And that's when I ended up moving and getting my house in an area where there was no BMW. So I just said, you know what, Toyota over here, this is the play, and ended up getting hired there and been working there since. But I gotta say guys, lately I have not been like too happy working as a Toyota flat rate tech. I don't know if it's all these years of like dealing with like annoying customer complaints. Basically the whole flat rate life, like how it is, like your paycheck is not as stable. Like it could be good one month, it could be not as good some months. Like right now we're super slow, so my paychecks are pretty weak. And it got me thinking in the long term, like, do I really want to do this flat rate for the rest of my life? So I've actually actively been seeking somewhere in the fleet, being a fleet mechanic for the city, state, something like that, where it's more union and it's guaranteed pay with a lot better benefits, because I really started thinking about like the long term. And one thing that really got me thinking is when I see these older guys in the industry, I'm sure if you guys are working right now in a dealership, you see the old timers like, get the hell out of this business, like it sucks. Like it doesn't suck entirely. You can make plenty of money. I've made pretty good money this past year working as a flat rate tech. But you do have to look at the long term, like is this something you really want to do for the rest of your life, dealing with this, dealing with this, the stress of working in the dealership. I'm just saying that's just for me. In my head too, I've kind of always, not always, but recently, past couple of years, been thinking about like more long-term future and realizing like, I don't want to be a flat rate tech for the rest of my life. I do want a wrench for the rest of my life, but I don't know if I want to be grinding out hours and stuff like that. But I don't know how I got so sidetracked. Anyways, back to if there's another opportunity. If another opportunity presents itself, usually I feel like things happen for a reason. So say something kind of job offer falls in your lap at another dealership and they're willing to pay you more, and maybe they're even more busy there, so you're gonna have the capability to make more hours. I would definitely look into that, and don't think just because you're at one dealership and you put in all these years that you have to stay there for the rest of your career. I mean, it may benefit you, it depends on your situation, but just keep your options open. Don't be like just closed-minded, like this is where I'm at, this is where I'm gonna stay here till the end. Just keep your options open, because you never know, one door might open and it might just completely change your life if you take that jump. Alright, next reason is you are not getting paid your worth or what you deserve. This one you kind of have to really dig deep and look at the big picture. But overall, what I've noticed is dealerships do not want to pay their technicians the proper amount. They want to pay them as little as they can, and they don't want to really give raises. Like, if you work in a dealership, I'm sure you know it's very hard to get a raise. Like, you have to go above and beyond, you have to put in the years, put in the times, and usually it's all for like $1 raise, something like that. So if you feel like you're not getting paid what you should be getting paid for your certifications and your experience and like how good of a worker you are, like say you're busting out 100-hour paychecks, 120-hour paychecks, super efficient tech, and you're still not getting recognized and getting paid, and the other guys around you are getting paid just as much as you, I think that's one sign that you should go look for another shop maybe that's willing to pay you more, because your toolbox has wheels. What you're doing right now, especially if you're going to the same industry, Toyota dealership's a Toyota dealership. If you're killing it right now at your dealership, chances are you can go to another dealership and you'll just pick right back up. And if they're paying you more, I don't see why you wouldn't want to consider that as an option. Like for me, my personal experience, that's one reason I'm kind of fed up with working at the dealership I'm at right now, is because I got my Toyota Master Tech status, which is a certification that pretty much it requires 6 years of experience and a good amount of schooling. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm making $3 more per hour than brand new technicians straight on the line as a flat rate technician. I've been trying to get a raise and it's been very difficult, and I'm not gonna see too much of a raise even if it does happen. Once it does happen, I'm staying in my head like maybe like $2, $3. And with minimum wage going up right now, in California, it's $15 an hour. So flat rate techs in California, most dealers at least, should be at $30 an hour. So in my head, it's like you're telling me I'm a Toyota Master Tech, ASC Master Tech, and you're just gonna pay me $3 or $4 more than this guy who like doesn't know a goddamn thing what he's doing, and he just got on the line and isn't even that efficient. Like, nah, that doesn't fly with me. I mean, again, it depends on your situation. You have to look at what other dealerships are paying their technicians for what level of a technician you are, and that's just one thing you really have to do your own research on, because tech pay is different everywhere, but there are some places that will pay you a lot more, and you'll be doing the exact same thing you're doing right now, but making a whole lot more bread because you're getting paid more by the hour. Especially in flat rate, a couple bucks makes a big difference depending on how many hours you're flagging. I know I have a lot of entry-level loop tech guys that watch my channel, so with loop techs, it's a little bit harder, because with loop techs, they really want to pay you the bare minimum. Anywhere I've worked, it's like minimum wage is what they're paying their loop techs. And for loop techs, it's a lot harder to get raises. That's why I always tell you guys to just get your certifications and try and move up on the line, because once you're an actual line tech, then you have a little bit better of a chance on negotiating your pay, because from what I've seen, loop techs get paid loop tech pay, and there's rarely a time where a loop tech gets paid more than another loop tech. But I'm kind of more talking from a technician experience being on the line. And last reason I have is if you're simply just not happy at the shop you're at. That's a big thing, because yeah, you might think like you're going to work to take a paycheck, but at the same time, you're there 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. You're at work, in a sense, more than you're at home. I mean, I guess not, because you're sleeping some of that time, but you're at work pretty much most of the day. So if you're really not happy, that's kind of like takes a big toll on like your personal life, because I've noticed if I've worked at certain places and like I'm really just not happy there, it kind of affects like my outside life. Like I'll come home from work like in a bad mood because of work. And then it's like, dude, like, yeah, you shouldn't bring your work life home with you, but it takes a toll on you. And like, say you're just miserable at work, you hate where you work, you hate the people you work with, you don't have fun, and you're not even making that good money, you're gonna come home and you're just gonna be like, pretty much like that grumpy guy, like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck this, because I feel like it just ties down to your work life. Like, if you're not happy at work, how are you gonna be happy at home? So luckily for me, pretty much all the dealerships I've worked at though, I've been like pretty happy, I would say, because mainly the people there make it enjoyable and fun to work at. And like I said, I know it's like you don't go to work to have a good time, it's called work for a reason, but at the same time, there's no reason why you shouldn't enjoy doing what you're doing. And a lot of things could attribute to that. The people you work with, the way your shop is ran, the way work is dispatched in your shop. There's so many things, and I just can't say it enough. It really takes a toll on your life. So just try to find a spot where you can be happy and enjoy your day, and I feel like your life would improve just a little bit better. So I guess that kind of sums it up. Again, this video was not to be like, go quit your job. It's kind of just like, keep your options open, guys. Toolboxes have wheels for a reason, and if a better opportunity presents itself, you're not making what you feel like you should be making, and you know you can go make money somewhere else, don't be afraid to take that leap, because I've jumped from dealerships several times and it's really not that bad. If you know how to do your craft well, you'll pick up and adapt. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought. Don't forget to join that Discord, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that's a stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up.